Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're moving fast looking at a live commercial listing. It's a, 9,808 square foot flex warehouse in Valrico, Florida. Our goal isn't just, reading the listing. It's about finding those key leverage points for you, the potential buyer. Why is this a smart, de-risked buy?
Exactly. We're digging into the details for 112 N Mulrennan Rd. At this price point, especially in the Tampa Bay market, an investor needs to see that immediate usability and, frankly, low long-term risk. We need to look past the photos and really understand how the building itself delivers, well, a superior return.
Okay, let's unpack this. Let's start with the structure. Two numbers jump out: 22-foot clear ceiling heights and 4 oversized roll-up doors. Now, 22 feet sounds big, sure, but what's the actual financial upside for a buyer there?
Well, that height, it's a massive capacity multiplier. Think about it in a tight market, this 9,800 square foot space with 22-foot clearance. It functions more like maybe an 11,500 square foot building compared to older ones with, say, 16-foot ceilings.
Yeah.
So you're essentially buying more volume. That directly boosts storage potential, and it pushes up the competitive lease rate you can command.
Okay, that makes sense. More cubic feet, not just square feet. But for an investor, the zoning seems critical. It's listed as commercial intensive, CI zoning. Why is that worth its weight in gold?
Right. CI zoning is, frankly, a huge de-risking factor. It gives you options, lots of options. It's not like some restrictive light industrial zones. CI allows for, light manufacturing, sure, but also heavier storage, more truck traffic, a much wider range of commercial uses that other zonings might block. That broad allowance, it cuts down your future vacancy risks significantly and just opens you up to a way bigger pool of potential tenants.
Got it. So structure's good, the zoning provides flexibility. But what about hidden costs? Operational risk often lies in, deferred maintenance. How does this building stack up internally?
And this was where it gets really interesting for risk mitigation. The listing details recent upgrades, modernized electrical and lighting, a new septic and drain field, and importantly, newly poured concrete in key areas. For a buyer, finding updated electrical is huge, just massive. It means you likely avoid major capital costs if a tenant needs to install heavy machinery or run intensive operations. These upgrades basically wipe out the need for big CapEx reserves for the first few years. That locks in a higher net operating income right from the start.
Okay, that's a big plus. And the flex part, the 6 executive offices mentioned. How does that play into attracting tenants? Seems like it's ready for, both sides of the business ops and admin?
Exactly. It allows for diversification in your tenant pool. Those 6 offices immediately appeal to businesses like, say, 3PL firms, third-party logistics, or maybe regional sales teams. Companies needing a functional office hub right there attached to their warehouse or distribution space. It makes the property turnkey for a broader, potentially larger type of company than just a pure storage user.
Right. Okay, this brings us to the location itself. Here's where it gets really interesting. Why is this 1.10-acre lot considered strategic? And is that enough land for truck movement or maybe future expansion?
Well, the current lot size supports the existing 4 doors well enough for staging, which is key for operations, but the strategic element, that comes from its position. It sits perfectly to serve both the immediate Tampa Bay area and the broader Central Florida corridor. For distribution, especially last mile stuff, that connectivity is critical.
And we can actually put numbers on that connectivity. It's close to Florida's main logistics artery, just 10 miles, they say, to the I-4, I-75 interchange. That's huge. And it's only, 6.5 miles to I-75 itself, 8.5 miles to I-4. If you think about truck time, that's maybe 15 minutes max to the absolute heart of Florida logistics. Plus, you're looking at 14 miles to downtown Tampa, 19 to Lakeland. That speed of market is, it's pretty exceptional.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, you've got the recent modernization, which cuts down your immediate costs. You have highly functional dimensions that height those doors. And you combine that with really superior transportation access. It makes this a genuinely investment-grade, turnkey industrial property. It really minimizes that initial lease-up risk.
So wrapping it up for you, the listener thinking about buying, the key takeaway seems to be acquiring a highly functional building where someone else has already paid for major essential upgrades. It's optimized for operations right now and has that flexible zoning for the future.
Right. And maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Given that it's turnkey and so well located, how could that broad commercial intensive zoning let you pivot down the road? Think beyond just the first tenant. Could you capitalize on future market shifts, maybe move into higher value uses? That flexibility, that optionality, it's really the ultimate long-term investment hedge here.